So let's get started, and let's start with the psychology. Studies have shown that the vast majority of employees have an adversarial mindset, a dysfunctional adversarial psychological mindset that is focused against you in an adversarial sense, where you are someone in senior management, or specifically if you are the company owner. So let's start by saying, well, what's adversarial? Adversarial is effectively anything that works against. So these employees' mindsets actually work against you, and they work against you because they don't understand that you are the one that hands out exactly what it is that they need. So this mindset is truly dysfunctional because the employees don't understand that the function of mindset is to ensure the financial stability and the continued health and welfare of the company. Well, why is that important? Because without the financial stability and the financial health and welfare of the company, then they, the employees, don't keep their jobs. This is what we mean when we say a cause and effect relationship. And this is why if your employees have a mindset that is adversarial against you and senior management, they are not biting the hand that feeds them. They're actually biting their own hands. And there's been an extensive amount of research done on this problem, and the results are solid. The evidence is irrefutable that employees have a psychological disjoint in their thinking when it comes to understanding the causative relationship about their perception of the health and welfare of your company. Now, by disjoint, what we mean is a disjoint in their thinking, a lack of connectivity. Because what employees fail to understand, what the disjoint is that employees don't understand that if they don't take responsibility for the health and welfare of the company, then they're not taking responsibility for their own economic and financial stability and future. What they don't understand is that every action they take is either working for their best interests or against their best interest. And what employees need to understand is that unless their energy, emotion, and effort is focused on the health and welfare of the company that employs them, then their energy, emotion, and effort is not focused on their own future and their future potential. But see, that's the problem, because employees don't think like this. And the reason they don't think like this is because they've never been exposed to these thoughts, and they've never been taught how to think. They've only been taught how to think by what we call the herd mentality, which is a sociologically conditioned response that they get from their peers who also don't understand these same principles. And what's worse than employees not understanding that they have a responsibility for their own health and welfare is that they also don't understand that the primary role of management is to take on the responsibility of ensuring the health and welfare of the company. So when management acts, when management is acting in its primary functional role, then management is actually trying to ensure the employee's financial stability. Because if we take the term management and if we condense it and if we compress it into a gem of a definition, just like taking coal and compressing it to diamond, the most crystalline, the most brilliant, short, succinct thought of what management means, management is the responsibility of ensuring the financial stability of a company in the present and in the future for everybody. If management is not permitted to perform its primary function, then the viability of the company is endangered. Anything that threatens the health and welfare of my body is something that I need to be aware of. Anything that threatens my long-term health is something that I need to be aware of. Now, if I am aware of it and I don't take any steps to protect myself, then guess what? I'm going to get sick. I'm going to become disabled. I'm not going to be able to function optimally. And when you get to my age, I want to be able to function optimally for maybe one reason only in terms of my body's physical capability. I want to be able to play golf. But be able to play golf means I need to be able to stay flexible, and I need to be able to stay alert, and I need to be able to get my body to perform what they say is approximately 52 individual steps in 1.4 seconds, because they say that the golf swing is the most complicated action in all of sports. But if my body isn't in an optimal condition for somebody my age, then I'm just not going to perform as well as I could and as well as I would if I took steps to ensure the health and welfare of this body. Well, the word corporation comes from the Latin word corpus, and corpus means body. It's the same principle. Our workforce is the corporate body. And if you're in management, you're the corporate head. And the reason that you're the corporate head is because the head gives the body directions. The brain directs the body as to what to do. Now, if the body rebels against the head, which in the physical sense doesn't work that way, but in the corporate sense it does. If the corporate body, which is the rank and file employees, rebel, or if they're adversarial against the directions given by the corporate head, they do so at the body's peril. In other words, they do so at the peril of themselves, the very people who make up the corporate body. But again, this is the psychology that our employees don't understand, and this is because of sociological conditioning that actually works against them, and it's so prevalent that it affects 85% of workers across all national boundaries and cultural barriers. So, what we want to do is we want to cure it. And the way we're going to do that is through these 9 short videos that are going to describe how to defeat disengagement by using the magic of missional mindsets.